What advice would you personally give somebody who's like a young upcoming athlete, wants to have a great body, wants to be a bodybuilder? What advice would you give that person, or perhaps what advice would you give your younger self in the same position?
Well, one, I would, with respect to you, I would say hire somebody like Coach Castle, who devotes his life to this stuff. It sounds like you just love your clients and you're addicted to information and science and knowledge. So get with somebody like that can save you so much time and effort. And I guess the flip side of that is, again, this is just general. Stay away from the people who are just extreme in their approaches, who are more cookie cutter in their approach, like not individualizing things to you. I mean, I know this is broad advice, but it's just so much misinformation, so much confusion. Now let's just talk specifics. General advice, and I'll just use this for people who are trying to optimize their physiques within a maintainable lifestyle. Have a high protein diet, at least relatively high, and resistance train. You do those two things. One, the high protein diet's going to, in large part, help prevent overeating. And then the resistance training is going to it's going to shape your body. It's going to build muscle, build strength, prevent sarcopenia, make you more insulin sensitive. Like, there's just so many benefits. So I guess this is the broad advice hour.
I mean, you could probably go on for an entire podcast just on advice, I'm sure. But would you mind telling people how they can reach you, how they can contact you? I mean, I personally would recommend your books. I would personally highly recommend your Instagram, or just about anything you do, I would recommend. But how can people find you? How can they follow you, please?
Yeah, thank you. So it's very simple. I'm only found really in one place, unless you go to my house, but I'm on Instagram. That's the only platform I'm on, and to find me there, it's Bill Campbell, PhD. And what I do is, since I'm a professor, I just basically give a daily quiz, true, false, multiple choice questions, try to give the science that supports the answer and maybe some of my thoughts. So I take that pretty seriously. I really like it. It's geared for people who may be confused about things. I'd like to think that I bring some evidence-based answers to some questions that we all have about improving performance or improving our physiques.
And I would just recommend his book. He has a lot of different YouTube videos and interviews. I would recommend all of them, actually. They're all very good. He's very articulate, as you have seen. Check him out, please, guys. Follow him, find his YouTube videos, subscribe to the people who were kind enough to have him on. Most of them know what they're doing as well. And well, that's about it for the podcast. Anything you want to add?
No, I just appreciate you for making me feel important and for inviting me on. I thank you.
I mean, I wish I could make you feel more important. I love your work. I wish more people knew about your work. I'm so pleased someone like you is out there doing it, and you're also putting it out there for other people to find and to see, because as you said, there is so much misinformation. Anybody who follows me knows I can't stand that. Nothing makes me happier than when I find something that I have to rethink and I have to correct myself, because I mean, that's new information. It just makes me better. You mentioned it yourself, these bigoted, single-minded people who say, well, this worked for me, so it's going to work for everybody else in the world. You have to do this, you have to do this. That's not how anything works. Life is much more complicated than that. It's very nuanced, and you have to find what works for you within the parameters of science. Again, you use science in your life for everything. Your cell phones, your driving, your food, your electricity, use it everywhere, unquestionably. You all go to the gym. You think it's a very important part of your life. Why in God's name are you not using science there? That seems like it would be the most important, considering your health is your life, and time is something you can't get back. Neither is quality of life. So like I always say, guys, once you start treating yourself like somebody you care about and somebody you love, it becomes very easy. The problem is that we don't usually treat ourselves like somebody we care about. We treat ourselves like somebody we don't like very much, and we punish ourselves, or we give in to these excuses. Your reason, you got to find one, and then you got to keep using that reason to bury your excuses every time they come up, and love yourself, because you're awesome. And one person can change the entire world, as you guys know, is my mission. So guys, please like, thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments for any questions. I will try very hard to get Mr. Bill back on again. He's fantastic. I want to chat with him again. And guys, thank you all for your continuous support. And again, Bill, can't thank you enough for doing this. You're fantastic. You have my full support and so much respect for me, bud. And I hope you'll come back on the show again.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a great day.